My name is Paige. 6 years ago, I lost my parents. 6 years later, my whole world had become my son, Jaxon. And today, that world was being crushed all over again.
I'm sorry, Paige. Jaxon hurt another child. The school can't keep him any longer.
He's only 6. It was an accident.
No parent wanted their child around him anymore.
Nobody cared about the truth. They wanted a normal child. And my son had never fit inside their idea of normal.
Mommy, did I mess up again?
He asked it so carefully, like he was already used to the whole world blaming him. No, baby. This wasn't your fault. But the second I got home, reality hit me again.
He got kicked out of school? What a shock.
Greg, can you not...
I told you. He's turning out just like his real father.
Greg, my husband. He had gone cold on me a long time ago, and he'd never had any real patience for Jaxon. He slammed the door and walked out, like none of the ugliness in this house belonged to him. But I found out very quickly that this still wasn't the worst part of my day. Because that night, I found the phone he'd left behind in the bathroom. The screen lit up. A woman had texted him, "I love you." I thought maybe I could still hold myself together. Life was already bad enough. I didn't have time to fall apart over a man, too. But the second I read those messages, I stopped wanting to endure anything. I miss you. Have you told her yet? Thanks for today. While I was drowning trying to protect my son, my husband was out there loving someone else. The next morning, I know what you've been doing, Greg.
Oh? And what exactly do you know?
You cheated on me.
She meant nothing. You've just never really been a wife to me.
He didn't even bother making an excuse, like he wasn't the one betraying me, like somehow I'd failed him. What do you mean?
You've always been hung up on Ryder. You never got over him.
Ryder, the man I loved the hardest and lost the hardest. You're right. I was never going to become what you wanted, and neither was my son. I want a divorce. The second the words left my mouth, something in me actually loosened. I went upstairs and started packing. He didn't stop me. He didn't even say sorry.
Mommy, where are we going?
Somewhere nobody knows us.
Is Greg not coming?
No. From now on, it was just us. When I said that, I was terrified. But what scared me more was what staying would do to Jaxon. Then I called the only one who truly cared about me.
Paige, stop hesitating. Start over.
Poppy, my younger sister, the only person in the world who still caught me when I fell. But before I left for good, there was one last thing I needed to do. I needed to visit someone who had disappeared from my life years ago. Before I left town, I went to 2 places. The first was my parents' grave. The second was Ryder's house.
Mommy, who used to live here?
Your dad, Ryder, the boy I fell in love with at 18. The same boy who vanished after one night with me. I should have hated him completely by then. But standing there, I realized some wounds didn't disappear just because I named them hate.
Do you think he's still in there?
No, baby. I bought a black rose because it meant an ending.
What does a black flower mean?
Strength, hope, and goodbye. I placed the flower on the doorstep, like I was finally putting a full stop to that dead love story. Come on, Jax. A few hours later, we finally reached our new home, a small town called Cinderwood. The house wasn't big, but it felt warm. Behind it stretched a whole line of woods.
Mommy, I like it here.
Me too. I really thought this might be a new beginning. The past, the old house, Ryder, I told myself I had left all of it behind me. Until that night, when I stood by the window and saw something move in the trees. It was big, fast, definitely not human. Then a wolf's howl tore through the night. I didn't know yet that what lurked in the woods wasn't just an animal. Our first full day in Cinderwood should have been about unpacking and settling in.
Mommy, are people here really not gonna hate me?
He asked it quietly, but I knew it wasn't a casual question. It was a child who had been rejected too many times, trying to find out whether he was still allowed to be loved. No one's going to hate you. This place is going to be different. That was what I told him. It was also what I was desperate to believe.
Do you like the house?
I do. It's just the woods behind it. They feel strange.
Those woods run deep. Don't go near them at night.
We won't. After the call, I went out back to bring in the drying rack. In the damp soil, I saw several deep marks. They didn't look human.
Mommy, what are you looking at?
Nothing. Inside. I didn't want to scare him, but in that moment, I knew last night's howl hadn't been my imagination. Because that night, whatever was in the woods came back. Cinderwood was even quieter at night than it was during the day. So quiet. It felt like every sound was waiting for something.
Mommy, can I leave the nightlight on?
Of course. After I got Jaxon to sleep, I went back to the window. The shape was there again, closer than it had been the night before. What are you? It stopped at the edge of the trees and went completely still, like it was making sure we were still there. In that moment, I wasn't just scared. I felt marked by something.
Mommy?
It's okay, baby. Just the wind. That was what I said. But I knew whatever was out there was not the wind.
The next day, I finally saw another face of whatever had been watching us. The next day, I took Jaxon to the park, hoping he'd forget the howl. He hung from the monkey bars, straining for the third bar.
I'm gonna make it to the third bar this time.
Slow down, baby. Don't rush.
But he still fell. The second time, the third time, and then he lost it.
I hate this! I hate it here!
Oh,
I was about to pull him into my arms when a deep voice came from behind me.
Calm it, pup.
Jaxon actually went still, not frightened into silence, more like settled by something that somehow felt familiar to him. I turned and saw a face that froze my blood.
Ryder?
But the man looked at me like he had never seen me before.